We should be live now. Let's quickly check things. Oh, let's try this. Okay, I think now audio should be good. Let me check quickly. Okay, so far things are good. Audio checked. Streaming also checked, right? So if I do this, what? Right. This is my channel, right? It shows live. Good. Uh, okay. Hello everyone. So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me today. So in this today's stream, we are going to try and understand regular expressions today. I'm saying a lot of today's. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. So whether you are a front end guy or back end engineer, right? Front end or back end engineer, right? You need this at some point, right? Whether be it maybe you're working on some request validation, right? There you need regular expressions. Maybe on the front end side, you are working on input, right? Input elements. Then on that input elements, you're just doing some validations. You're just checking some validations on the input itself. So yeah, so at some point you'll need it, right? And when you need it, to be honest, you get stuck, right? At least I used to get stuck, right? So long back, what I did is I invested 2-3 hours, only 2-3 hours, and then I learned it, and from then actually things are sorted, right? So if you invest like just 2-3 hours and understand these things and quickly, and then we try it out, and then things are really sorted. It's just everything boils down to memorizing stuff, right? If you memorize 2-3 things here and there, things are sorted. So I'll show you how, like, some tips and tricks, right? And we have to cover a lot more things, like a lot of things in today's talk. So I might rush, but the thing is, if you see this stream one or twice, right? Once or twice, uh, things are things should be in good shape, right? Uh, I have uh, I have put a lot of time in figuring out like how we can just do and explain things in a simple manner and in a simple sequence as well, incremental sequence as well. So I hope it helps, right? And to demonstrate these things, we are going to use regex 101.com, this tool, this platform actually. uh, Before this tool or this platform, I was using actually till yesterday I was using this regexr.com, right? From last 6-7 years I'm using this website, this platform. Yesterday I got to know about this platform, which is quite good, right? And it has lot more options, and we can do lot of things, and I'll just quickly give you a walkthrough. On the left side you have flavors, right? Flavors means nothing but just different languages, in which language you will be like how you will use this regular expression, right? Then you have functions, then there is a match, substitute, list, and unit test, right? These are the functions which we will be using. Then there are two tools, code generator and regex debugger. We'll check that as well. These are quite cool and handy to use. Then on the right side you have explanation, you have match information, and then quick references if you get stuck somewhere, right? So you can refer to this uh, quick cheat sheet kind of thing, right? And then you will just use that in the regular expression. But for today's talk, let's minimize it, right? And I hope these fonts are good. If not, let me target this element. let's increase its size to 25px is good. 20, 25. I think 25 is good. Let's increase the line height as well. 25px. Right? And that's it. I have opened this terminal. Let me put it here. Let's open this and let's close this. Okay, good. So I hope you can see it quite clearly. So let's quickly get started. You can use any flavor. Basically, it's just same, right? So in PHP, you have this global flag automatically available. You have different functions for that. In JavaScript, it doesn't work like that. So, but for the simplicity, we will use JavaScript, right? There are few catches, but it's not important. We'll not focus on that. Now let's quickly start with basic matches, right? What is basic match? Basic match is like, for example, if you have a string called, let's say, the fat cat sat on the mat near the wall, right? And now what if you want to find out all the THE, the, right? What you can do is you can simply type THE, right? Exact match, right? Let me remove this. I'll explain this as well. What is that? Regular flags, regex flags, regular expression flags. So THE. Now you see here, you have slash at the starting and slash at the ending. These are called delimiters, right? These delimiters are used to represent the starting and ending of the regular expression. This could be any actually. So you can use a hash, pound sign, or any other symbol as well. But it's a good default, and everyone uses that. So we'll use that only, right? Start and ending delimiters, right? Inside that, we'll have the regular expression. We have THE, and it is trying to find THE inside this string. And sure enough, it found here. It found this string here, right? But now you can see here, it didn't found this one, right? So basically, regular expressions, whenever the regular expression runs, it stops as soon as you found the first occurrence, right? It found this first occurrence and it stopped. Now, to search the entire string, right, and multiple occurrences, what you need to do is you can go here and just use global flag, right? Once you use G, right, after that ending slash, you use G as a flag, right? So it will try to search multiple occurrences inside this string, right? Now you will see that this THE is also there, but why it is not matched, right? So by default, regular expressions are case sensitive, right? So capital T and small t are different, right? So to make it in case sensitive, there is another flag called in case sensitive. So if I use that, you can see here, sure enough, it gets matched as well, right? But what if you don't want to use this, right? Is in case sensitive, and there are multiple other flags as well, but to be honest, you will not find it useful, right? To be honest, there might be a case where you will use it, but to be honest, till this time I have never used, apart from G and I, right? Only these two flags are useful, so we'll use those only today. And in case sensitive, insensitive, I've showed you already, so just remove that. But what if you don't want to use insensitive flag, and you still want to capture this T, right? So this is the basic matches. So to match this capital T, there are multiple, so it becomes dynamic, right? So you want to match this THE with capital T and small t as well, right? So it becomes dynamic. So to handle these dynamic situations, so there are meta characters. You don't need to remember this terminologies, right? Meta characters, basic characters. It's all gibberish. Just think about like how you can use it, and that's it. So these meta characters are kind of a special characters which has some special meaning in the regular expression, right? So the first character or first character set we will check is square brackets, right? So if we put anything inside these square brackets, so it will check it's one character, right? Whatever is matching, right? So if you have only one single character inside the square bracket, so sure enough, it doesn't make sense to add it into the square brackets. But if you have multiple characters which you want to find, right? So in this case, let's say I type capital T, right? So what it does is it checks match the capital T followed by H followed by E, right? If we find it, yes, we found it. So then it will use that. Then next time it will check if you have this capital T, no. If you have this small t, yes. So it will match. If you have after that H, if you have after that E, it will match. And then you will see that THE is matched, right? Now, this is about the character set, right? But what if you want to, let's say, you want to match, let's say, anything, let's say at, right? But now in this case, you want to match anything but not cat, right? Fat, sat, or mat, you want to capture, but you don't want to capture this cat, right? So you can either do it like this: F, S, and M, right? So it will match fat, sat, mat, or you can negate things, right? So in the character set, if you use this caret symbol, right? So what it will do is it will negate anything. So that caret symbol means anything but like any A to Z character or number, right? It will try to match anything. So like for example, if I have 918, so this is also matching, right? So any character or any number followed by A followed by T. Remember how I am pronouncing things, right? Followed by. I'm not saying or, right? Followed by A followed by T, right? So any character followed by A followed by T. So it is matching all this stuff. Now there is another way actually. So what if you want to find any character, right? I'm saying any. So there is a special character again, which is dot. So dot means any character, but not the ending line, right? So if any character, but not ending line, right? So in this case, you can see if I use dot 80, then it is matching fat, cat, sat, mat, and 980 as well, right? So this is all the dot meta character, right? Uh, this might get a little bit confusing, right? Because in regex actually there are a lot of ways to achieving the same thing, right? And that flexibility actually makes things a little bit complicated. But right now, just focus on simple things, right? Character set, you can pass anything, right? You can pass, like for example, if I want to just find fat, it will match fat, cat, sat. Whatever inside this character set is, it only matches one character, right? And after that it will just check for the remaining regular expression, right? If you want to negate it, so you can just press caret here, and then what it will do is it will remove this fat, cat, and sat, fat, cat, and sat from these matching matches, and then it will just whatever is not f whatever starts with whatever is not starting with F, C, and S, it will match all those things, right? I've jotted down few points and things, like I'll just quickly walk through and then we'll just tinker this platform, right? So this is how you can negate things. If you want to search for anything, just press dot. So dot means single character. If you hover on it, it says single character, right? Single character, any single character, not the end line, except these line terminators. Line terminators are basically slash n slash r, all this. So I'll talk about that as well, don't worry. So then that is that. Then what if, like for example, you have you want to match like this website www.regex101.com is awesome, right? Right now, what you want is you want to match this www, right? So what you can do is now let's try to actually match this whole website, right? And then let's see how things we can evolve, right? So now we know that we can use this www directly, right? Www, right? And then after that I want to use dot, but dot means any character, right? So for example, if I type anything here like t, right, so it is still matching because dot means anything, right? Anything except this line terminators, right? So because this character has special meaning inside this regular expression, we need to escape it, right? To escape any special character, whatever we are using, like square brackets and dot and all these characters, you can use backslash. And now this time it actually means only the dot. It doesn't have special meaning right now. So then you can do it like this, right? Now you can see here we have this regex word, right? So based on our understanding, what we can do is we can just add all these characters, right? So for example, like this regex, right? And then it is still matching, right? But it is not a good way to write, right? What if we have google.com? Say let's type google.com, right? We want to match this as well, right? So to do that, what we can do is we can still use this character set, right? And instead of using R, E, G, all these things manually, what we'll do is we'll use range, right? And that range is, for example, A to Z, right? So basically what we are saying is we are saying that you match anything. Uh, what we are saying is you match any character starting from A to Z, right? Any single character. Now, since you want to match multiple characters, right? So, like, are you going to do it like this? No, obviously no, right? So then in that case, what we can do is we can use plus character, right? It's again one special meta character that we can use. So plus means you search things as as long as possible, right? So as long as it is matching, you just keep searching that thing, right? Plus means one or more, right? One or more, so it will match one or more characters. And this plus character actually refers to the back side or the left side of the characters, right? For example, let's say if I do it like this, so if I remove it and let's do plus dot plus, right? So now you can see here it is trying to match W one or more occurrences, right? So even you can do it like this, W plus, and then you escape this dot, and then after that you add this A to Z, right? And then you can just make plus sign here, so that way you can see these things are matching again, right? Now what if you want to consider this one to one as well, right? It's again a range of digit, right? So you can use this range inside this character set 0 to 9, right? So any digit 0 to 9 if you find, right, that also you match, so that way you can do it, right? Now you want to specifically search for dot, and then after that you can do same thing again, A to Z, and then plus. So what it does, plus means one or more characters until you are matching the things, right? Until we are matching these characters belongs to belongs to in between the range of A to Z, it is matching all the things, right? Let me open this. Yes, and sure enough you can see we are able to match this website. So this is the one way we can use the ranges, right? So now till now what we understood these character sets, we understood dot operator, we understood plus operator, we understood uh, ranges A to Z and 0 to 9, right? Now what we want to do is we want to do, like, for example, let's be explicit, right? We want to match only 3 W's. So we can do that. But now you have some range again. You want to match 3 or 5 W's. I know it's not a correct website, but let's say you want to match this as well. Now you can see it is matching from this point, which is not what we want, right? So in that case, what we can do is we can define a range using braces. So braces, curly braces has again special meaning, right? So if I press 3, so you can see it is matching 3 W's. Whenever you get stuck in a regular expression, just start reading it from the left to right, right? So now let's try to read it. We want W's 3 times. After that exact dot, we need W's, www. Then after that exact dot, yes, correct. Then after that we can have any A to Z character or 0 to 9, right? Digit. We can have any character or 0 to 9 digit, and we are matching it. We are giving plus sign. That means one or more character. So it is matching until it is unable to find that exact match, right? So it is matching till this point. Then after that we have exact dot, and then after that we are using this A to Z plus, right? But there are multiple ways of doing this thing, right? Actually, so what if you want to match this as well, right? You want to make it optional, right? You match 3 as well, 3 W's as well, but 5 W as well. So you can use just comma 5, and that way you can see here we have matched this as well. www.google.com. It has 5 times. Obviously it doesn't make sense, but to demonstrate this, I'm just explaining it like this, right? So we are matching both the websites, and to be honest, getting the websites from the irregular expression is quite big, but this is the simple thing which we can do right now, so which is good, right? Just to explore the stuff inside this, right? Now what if you want to only match the capital ones, right? Now you can see here it is not matching, right? So to match this, you can add again a range called capital A to capital C. So then in this case, it is also matching, right? Cool. But what if you only want to match capital ones and you don't expect digits in the website, right? So in that case, you can just do it negation. That's what we learned, right? So what it will do is in the character set, this caret actually has two meanings, right? It is used in two places. I'll explain you both, right? But for now, the first case is inside this character set in the square brackets. If we use it in the square brackets and it starts with caret, then whatever the characters are inside this character set, those except those it will match. Except those it will match, right? Now to demonstrate this, like if you have this 101.com, it's not matching, right? Because it is ignoring these digits as well, right? So that's one more thing to keep in mind. Then we have repetitions. We have learned about this star or plus sign, right? So let's be on the repetitions, and let's explore the other options how we can use these repetitions in the regular expressions. So let me remove this, and let me remove this as well, and let's say we have this, the car parked in the garage, right? The car parked in the garage. Just a normal sentence, right? Now what you want to do is you want to match all the A to Z characters, right? Like the small lowercase characters, right? So it is trying to match. Okay, what happened now? Okay, this is good. So it is trying to match all the characters, and now you can see here at the top, it is matching 22 characters, right? 22 matches. It found 22 matches because it is for each small character it is creating a separate group, right? That's why it is 22. But to make it 0 or more, right, we'll just use star, right? So if you use star, then what happens is star means whatever is previous, right? It can be present, or it can't be, right? So there are two possibilities. It checks zero or more. The basic difference between the star and plus is when you use plus, it tries to match the one single occurrence or multiple, right? So you see here we have these less matches, then th, he, car, part, all this stuff is already matching, right? But if you use star, then in that case it tries to match zero or more occurrence, so it becomes optional, right? And there is actually another way you can make it optional. Like for example, let's go to the previous example. I think that will be quite easy. So for example, if I have the again here, and I want to match capital T, small t, and then he, right? So it is matching both the things, right? Now what if I want to make this optional? So if I have e here, it is not matching, right? I want to match this as well. So what I can do is I can use question mark. So question mark means whatever is previous, right? That is matching, right? Whatever is previous, it can have a zero or one time, okay, only one time, right? It can have zero time. It can only present zero times or one time. So it becomes optional, right? But if you use star, then in that case it becomes zero or more, right? Zero or unlimited range. If you use question mark, then it becomes zero or only one, zero or only one occurrence. If you use star, then it becomes zero or unlimited occurrences, right? It can occur multiple times. Like for example, if I use tt, this is also matching, right? Because we are using star. If I use uh, question mark, then in that case this t is not matching, right? Because it is occurring multiple times, which is not we want, right? So this is the quite difference. So what we learned till now, we learned about this character set, we learned about this negation, we learned about this dot operator, we learned about range a to z, we learned about 0 to 9 digit range, we learned about this capitalization, right? We learn about G flag, I flag, right? Uh, we learn about star. We learned about question mark, and this is really important difference between star and question mark. I hope you understood this, right? Question mark and star, same kind of thing, but slight difference, right? Then we learned about plus as well. So this so far this is good. Uh, Now, what if you want to capture this only? Let's remove this, right? What if you want to only you want to capture this THE, right? But you want to do it in different way. This is when these things gets a little bit complicated, right? So because you can do the same thing in multiple ways. Like let me show you how. So for example, you can use these angular brackets, and then I can say capital T or small t, right? Now you can see here it is matching this THE, right? Now how you can read it, right? So capital T followed by H followed by, or I'm saying or T followed by H followed by, right? This way you can read, right? This way you can capture these things. But these angular brackets have special meaning as well, right? For example, let me show you this. Let's take a real world example. Let's say we have what this website. Let's say someone is commenting about this website, or let's say in this YouTube stream someone is commenting, right? So someone is commenting that this stream is good, or and I am watching it on YouTube. Let's make it verbose. https:// youtube.com, right? or let's remove this. I'm watching it. I'm watching on YouTube, right? This website, right? Now, what happens is someone is commenting, right? And then you have noticed that whenever we paste any links, it automatically gets generated into the anchor tags, right? So let's try to use that. So then it comes to these functions, right? I can go to this substitutions panel, and then you can see here we have some substitutions, right? Let's try to create a regular expression to match this, right? So one rule of thumb. So as long as things are simple, keep it simple, right? You don't need to complicate things, right? So what we will do is we will just try to match exact things, and then www.youtube.com, right? And this is that. Now you can see here we have this red marks. So as I told you, right, this dot, square bracket, slashes, all this stuff has special meaning in the regular expression. So those, if you want to use exactly in the regular expression, then we need to escape it, and to escape it you use backward backslash, right? So now this is escaped, this is escaped, this is escaped, right? Now you want to capture the domain name. Let's try to refactor this. Let's make based on our learning, right? So let's make it 3, so it will only match 3, right? Then http is fine, but what if you have http which is not secure, right? So in this case this is completely not matching, right? Then in that case this s we can make it optional, right? If I make it optional, so what that question mark is doing, whatever is on the left side of the question mark, that is optional. So it will try to check h followed by t followed by t followed by p followed by s, and that s is optional, right? If we have it, it's good. If we don't have it, it's also good. Then it tries to match this colon, then slash slash, and then w 3 times, after that dot youtube.com, and that's it, right? That way it is trying to match. Now you can see here, so let's use anchor tag href, yeah, like this. Let's close it, right? Now these blank lines, right, we want to place things inside these blank positions, right? So basically, because we are matching this whole regular expression, we can use angular brackets to make it a group, right? So you can see here it is saying that it is capturing the first group, right? That first group has full length URL, right? And to use that group, we can use $1, right? So sure enough, you can see if I use $1, so you can see that whatever is found inside that group, that angular brackets, is pasted here, right? But in this position, what we want to do is we want to only match this www whatever is in after that, right? So for that we can make it again. We can use again that angular brackets. Now if I hover on it, so you can see here it created the second group, right? And to access this second group, what we can do is we can just use $2, right? So you can see here I am watching this stream on, we have this anchor tag, and then we have this youtube.com website, and then we have this www.youtube.com, right? Here also with the non-secure domain, right? But now this is not good, right? So let's suppose we have this google.com here, then things are again breaking, right? So now what we will do is we will try to match any character A to Z plus, right? So sure enough, this is matching this as well, right? But what if we have this website itself? Let's paste it. Now this is not matching. Then we can pass 0 to 9, and now A to Z HTTPS. What is not matching? HTTPS A to Z 0 to 9. Oh, this one. Oh, this www is not there. Oh. Even we can create a group of it, right? Now I think let's keep it. No, let's keep it. I'll explain you one more thing here. So now you can see here, because this www is not present, right? So now it is not matching this, which is also again breaking thing. So what if we create the another group, right, and make this group optional? Let's put it here. So why it's not matching? If I use these braces, I cannot make it optional. Matches the previous token exactly 3 times. Matches the previous. Okay. The thing is actually, because I'm using the braces, right? So it is matching this exact square bracket. So what if I do it like this? Instead of using braces, if I use www, and then if I put it into the brackets again, no, it's still not matching. Oh, dot is also there. Between me. Let's do it this way then. Let's keep it 3 only, right? And let's create a group of this stuff and let's make it optional, right? Let's make this group optional, and now you can see we are matching this as well, right? And even if we have this with HTTP version, it is still matching. And now you can see here, if I scroll up, is there a way I can make it big? So here you can see all these anchor tags. All these things are replaced properly, right? So this is how you can use these braces, right? These braces and create the regular expression. Now, if you see this regular expression, right, it might sound scary. It might look a little bit difficult to understand, right? But when you understand things properly, now you can just read and understand, right? So, okay, we have this angular brackets. It has one group. Then we check H, followed by T, followed by T, followed by P. After that, S is optional. Okay, so that means it is fine. It is trying to find HTTPS or HTTP, followed by colon. Remember, I'm using followed by, right? To match this expression, it should match all these conditions. Whatever we are writing in this regular expression, it should match everything, right? So now this HTTP S there, colon, then after that slash slash, then slash slash, then a W 3 times. Now this W 3 times and the dot is optional, right? And then after that, it can have any character, and then this 0 to 9 digits, right? And then after that, plus means one or more character. Question mark means it is optional. The previous group or previous character is optional, right? Now you see here we have this com, right? But what if we have this, for example, let's copy this again and use net. Now we are again doing, we are filling, right? So in that case, what we can do is we can just have A to Z, and obviously it will have A to Z only. I don't remember any digit is there in any TLT. It might be a thing, but yeah. Then after that, I can just use 3. We are just trying to keep things simple, right? There might be a domains, like for example IO domain, right? IO domain has only 2 characters, but for the simplicity, we are just making it like any 3 characters, and then you can match all this stuff, right? And you can simply replace those things here like this. So this is how you can use this braces. So we learned about braces, we learned about grouping, but what happens is this is another group, right? So we have this first group, we have this second group, then we have this third group. This third group, what if I want to use third group, right? $3, right? So you see here this www dot is printed, right? Because it is matching that $3 again, right? most of the times, or in many cases, you might have a situation where, because this is www dot, you don't want to capture, right? It's not helpful, it's not needed, but just to make everything optional, we are using this angular brackets. That's why we are grouping it, nothing else, right? So in that case, what you can do is you can use in front of that angular brackets, you can just put question mark colon, and if you use question mark colon, then it becomes non-capturing group, right? What is the meaning of non-capturing group? Non-capturing group means uh, you're creating a group, but it will not be used. Like for example, if you see here, this $3 is not present. It says pattern error. Let me show you this like this. You can see here we have this pattern error, right? So that way, actually, you can just reduce things a little bit, right? So this is how you can just use question colon non-capturing group, right? This we also learn. Then we have anchors, right? Anchors, like what are the anchors? Anchors are like simply the anchor from which, see, anchor or hook we can say, right? From which we can just hook into some position, right? Now let's remove this. Let's remove this as well, right? And now let's say we want to capture the regex website is awesome. The regex website is awesome, like this thing, right? Now what we want to do is we want to capture the, right? So let's say the something, I don't know what to type there, right? So something is there, right? After that, but this is the, now you want to capture this, right? Let's say you make it simple, right? Make quite simple. You remove this substitution, you don't need that. You go to the match section again. You're capturing both the things, right? But what if you only want to match the which actually starts from the line, right? So in that case, you can use this caret, right? So now you can see here, if we have the somewhere in between the string, somewhere in between the line, it will not be captured. So this caret has two special meanings. If we use without these carets and character sets, that means it will check start of the string, right? If I hover, so it asserts starts of the string, right? It checks starting of the string, and then after that followed by T, followed by H, followed by E, right? Now, but if we use it inside this character set, then it simply means negative, right? It simply means inverse, right? So if I have A to Z, so it will match anything but not A to Z, these characters, right? So this is one thing which we want to keep in mind, right? Character set has two different meanings and two different places. This question mark and star has really small distinction. Question mark means one or more. Star means zero or more. Sorry, zero or one. So it becomes optional, or only one occurrence can be present. And if you use star, then star means one or more. Let me type it. Zero or more. Zero or one. Zero or more. Plus means one or more. Simple as that. So if we are 100% sure that at least one character will be there, we'll use plus. If we are not sure that character will be present or not, and we want to only check one character, then we will use question mark. If you want to check one or more characters preceding, like simply like www or some repeating characters, then you can use this star. This is used for grouping. All right, let me get like this. This is for a range, right? And the example is n/m, something like this. It starts from here and then ends at the n position, right? And here, I think I I explained you or not. Let me show you that quickly. So if you have this W, and if you have 3 and 5, right? Let's do it like this: www, 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 right? 5 times, right? So it is a range actually. So what it checks is, it checks from, if you have 3, it match. If you have 4, it is again match. If you have 5, it is again match. But if you have 6, then it's not a match. It is trying to, it is ignoring this last W. And I hope you can see it in the screen, right? I think it's visible. You can see it. So this is that capturing group, capturing this range in the braces. Okay, so we have covered this character set. Basic exact match is simple, right? And to be honest, if you have cases like this, right, you don't need regular expression. You can just use string replace, and then you can just replace things. But when you have something as dynamic, then it makes sense to use this regular expression, right? This next part I want to talk. Okay, we have talked about this character side, right? So this character symbol means start of the string, right? But what if I want to check end of the string, right? So in that case, let me add this dollar here. Sorry, dollar here. Now, if I put it like this, uh, how I can explain? Hey, hi, Christoph. Hey, thank you for joining. Today we are actually exploring this regular expression, and I have explained so far these things. If you guys don't know Christoph is really talented guy. He's really famous celebrity kind of. He's actually a celebrity in the Laravel world. He's really awesome. It was actually unexpected. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate. Yeah. So we have checked this part, right? Now we want to check. Let's say we have this text called the fat cat. This fat cat sat on the mat, right? And then we want to check the end of the string, right? Hey, hello. I am not sure how to pronounce your name, but hi. Oh, awesome! I actually tinkered it a lot, right? So that's how I got to this design at the end. Okay, so we're exploring end of the line, right? So then the living end. Alexa, stop. Okay, so end of the string, right? So let's say we have this at, right? Want to check for at, right? Let's group it. So hey, hi Vakas, how are you? So actually, we are checking regular expressions today. Till now, I have explored these options and explained this. Uh, just now we checked this character set, right, which is start of the line, and now we are exploring this dollar sign, which is end of the line. And honestly, I am not able to find a good example of it. I am not remembering how we can do that. Correct. So dollar. Let's say if I have Any example, right? So I can have dot. It's not matching. Till now, everything was good. Let's do dollar here. Dollar should be at the end. Let's check that quick references. Here we should have this end of the string. What is matching then? So here you see that it is matching this regular expression. This we have this dollar sign. Dollar sign means end of the string, and this W means, actually we haven't explored this yet, but W means word, right? So it is trying to find a word plus any word at the end, right? Any word character. If you think of a word in the regular expression is actually it has different meanings. So if you think of a word, then it becomes set of characters, right? But in the regular expression, this word is actually treated as one single character. So any word character, so which has this, basically it is a shorter version of this A to Z, capital A to Z, and 0 to 9. So this is basically the same thing. You can write it simply like this. So this is how you can explore this end of the string. Now we have explored that, right? Then in the I think we have covered everything. I have few points jotted. So let's do a quick recap, right? Let's do a quick recap. Like first, what we understood how we can use these character sets. These are special characters, right? Special characters, special chars, right? These are character set. Here you can use range as well, right? Range is like A to Z, 0 to 9, something like this you can use. To negate any character check, you can just use caret there inside this square brackets. You can use this angular brackets to make a group, to form a group. You can use curly braces. Curly braces example is like this: n to m. It starts from the range till the end, right? It creates a group, and these groups actually can be used with $1, $2, something like this, right? And it is quite handy if you want to capture this group but don't use it, right? Then in that case you can use question mark colon, and that way it becomes non-capturing group, right? And after that we learned how to use OR conditions, right? So for example, T or T, right? This way it's called alteration. You don't need to remember this gibberish things, right? Just remember how to use it, and that's it. You don't need to use this what is meta characters, what is special characters. No need. How you can escape this special characters? You can use this / to escape special characters, right? Then what we understood, what we learned. Okay, this caret, which is start of the line. This dollar sign, which is end of the line, right? What we understood about this plus means what? Plus means what? Plus means one or more, right? Question mark means what? 0 or 1, right? It will only make one character optional. But what if you want to make multiple characters optional? You can use star, right? 0 or more, right? This you understood. Then we understood flags, GI. These flags we understood. G means global, I means case sensitive, case insensitive. Then we understood about dot, right? Dot means any single character. Please remember, most of the people think that dot means just select the complete line, right? So dot means one single character, one single any character. right? Except line end, right? Then I think that's it. That's it. What you will be using in your day-to-day life. Uh, until this point, whatever we learned, these things are actually useful for in day-to-day life. But there might be situations where you want to do something extra, right? So uh, let's explore those options, right? So let's do let's take one example, right? There are options called look arounds in the regular expression. This is a little bit advanced, seems a little bit complicated, but I'll try to explain it in a simple fashion, as simple as possible, uh, in that fashion. So let's try to check it. So let's go to that same example. The fat cat sat on the mat, right? We'll try to capture the again. Let's capture t or small t, after that followed by he, and then what we want to do is we want to capture anything followed by this, like we want to only capture the, after that we should have fat, like we want to capture this the only if we have this fat after that, right? So then in that case what we can do is we can again search for fat, right? Let's say I add a space and then fat, right? This space actually we can use with slash s. In the regular expression we can use directly space as well, but if you want to use space instead of that, I would recommend you should use slash s for space, slash t for tab, right? This is some extra information which you will be using, you'll need while writing this regular expression. Slash t, slash n means new line, this new line character if you want to check, if you want to grab or capture, or slash r is also like caret symbol, like whenever we are just pressing enter, it's same only with the like slash n slash r, both are kind of same only, right? So let's create it's another group, and let's try to capture this fat as well. You can see here it is trying to capture this fat, right? And instead of using space, let's use slash s. It makes a little bit readable, right? Things a little bit readable. The space what is not like it becomes a little bit unreadable when we use this space. So slash s. Now what we want to do is it is actually trying to match uh, this whole the fat, right? Now what I want to do is I want to make it, if I do this way, right? I don't want this fat, right? I don't want this fat to be captured. I only want to capture the, but the condition here is, you see that question mark, right? Question marks means condition. The condition is it should have space and after that fat, right? It should be equal to this question, or this condition should be equal to slash s, that is space, and then fat. So it simply means like it simply becomes helpful when you want to capture something in front of or in like before something is there, right? That you want to capture, but you don't want to capture actually the fat, right? So if I remove this, it will actually capture this fat as well, and then you have to manually remove from the substitution. Like for example, let's replace this with the mat, right? Something like this. So it is replacing that, right? So you don't want to capture this fat, then in that case you can use this question mark equal to. Question mark means condition, equal to means it should exactly match. So if this condition exactly matches, it will only capture whatever is before this regular this look around, right? And it is called positive look ahead. This positive look ahead, negative look ahead, this positive look behind, all these things are gibberish. You don't need to remember those things. Just remember, if you have question mark and then equal to sign, that means it is trying to match after the word, after this regular expression is matched, it is trying to match exactly what is there after this is equal to, but it won't be the part of the match. That's it, right? I hope it's clear, right? It's a little bit tricky, but I hope it's clear, right? And you see in the substitutions, this fat is exactly as it is. It's not there actually, right? But what if you want to negate it, right? So you want to actually find anything but not this fat. Then in that case, you can just use exclamation, right? Now you see here, if I use exclamation, it is called negative look ahead, right? So look ahead, it is trying to look ahead of this regular expression match, look ahead, right? So negative means it will match anything but not fat, space fat, right? So you can see here we have mat here, that's why it is matching. But if I change it to fat, it's not matching, right? If I make it sat, cat, fat, it's still matching, right? Anything except this. So what we understood, positive look ahead, you don't need to remember this gibberish terms. If you have like question mark means condition, the condition is, and it is quite common in the any programming language, right? Question mark is equal to sign means exact match, this exclamation means negation, right? So here you are saying that match everything but not space fat. If you use is equal to, then match everything, and it should have space fat, right? That is positive and negative look ahead. So exactly the same way we have this look behinds as well, right? So in that case, let's say let me give you the example to check the look behinds. Hey, hi. So to give the example, look behind, right? So let's try to search for cat. Cat is there, right? But what I want to search is before this I want to search T or this T and then HE, right? And let's make it as a group as well, right? So that we have this actual regular expression group, right? And then let's make this completely, right? I hope it's clear, right? What I'm typing. What we are doing is we find the T or T, capital T or small t, after that HE. It forms a special group, this one, the bigger one, this one which is highlighted, right? And then followed by cat, right? And then here I should have this space as well, right? So okay, here we'll, okay, let's make it fat only, right? So now it is matching, right? Now what we are checking here is we want to check whatever is matching behind, right? So to add that condition, let's add like this, question mark is equal to, and then is equal to, right? So now what is happening here is this is actually showing because it is creating a group, right? That's why it is highlighting, but it should not be replaced. Like for example, let's change the fat to regex, right? So here you can see what it is trying to do is it is trying to match behind this fat word. Behind this fat word it is trying to match, right? And it is checking if we have capital T or small t followed by H and E. If we have that, it is trying to match, it is trying to check that condition, and it is matching. And it is matching because of that. It is matching because of that. It is capturing this fat word. So small distinction. So let me write it down actually. That way it will be clear. So if I have this question mark and then equal to, and here we have regex, right? It is, we are adding this at the end, right? To look ahead. And basically here we have regular expression after that, ahead of this regular expression. So that is look ahead, and because we have this is equal to, then that's why it is positive, right? And then if we have regex, and then we have this question mark and then exclamation, and then we have this negative look ahead, like this, right? But now in this case, what we want to do is we want to add this question mark and then less than sign is equal to, this is called positive look behind. So what it is doing, we have regex after this, right? We are writing this behind this regex. So this regex is actually matched, and then it is not catched. I hope it's clear, right? I hope it is making sense, right? And only difference is, for the look behind, you add this less than symbol. If you don't add it, then it should be look ahead. Look ahead, less than, and like how I think of in my mind is, if this is less than, right? So look behind, something like this. Small trick, right? And now you can see that this is matching, and because we are using this group, let's not use group, or let's make it non-capturing group. So yeah, you can see here, this is not non-capturing group, so that's why it is not highlighting. But sure enough, it is trying to match space hyphen ft, right? So then I don't want that space either as well, right? So let's keep that space there itself, and let's do it like this. And now you can see here it is exactly matching the fat word. And now when I'm doing this replace, right, substitution, it is only replacing this fat word properly. This is a little bit advanced. If you just practice it for like one or two times, it started making sense. Like it will start make sense, right? And the same thing we have to do, we can just use this, instead of this is equal to, we can use this exclamation mark, and then that will simply just reverse that condition, right? So in that case, we can have the mat. Now what we are trying to check, if you have THE and after that's followed by space, and then if you have fat, right? It is trying to match, and we are just negating, we are trying to match anything, right? But here we have this S. Actually, it's not a good example. Let's try to use the good example, because here we have fat, no exact match, then it will not match this mat. Or let's make it any character. So now you see here, it is trying to match this cat word. So now why it is matching like this, I'll explain you everything. Okay, don't worry. This might sound scary, but it's simple. Now what happens is, it is trying to match any character followed by A followed by T, right? So here we have how many things we have? We have fat, cat, sat, and then mat as well. Mat 2 times, right? Now behind this, what it is trying to check? Behind this, it is trying to check if we have capital T or small t followed by H followed by E and then space, right? Do we have that? Yes, we have that for the first condition. But now since we are saying that we should negate, right? We are using exclamation mark, right? So that is why it is not like anything except this THE. Anything except this THE, it is trying to match. So sure enough, when it tries to check this, we have this fat word which is matching, and that's why it is highlighting cat, right? Once this cat is highlighted, now why we are seeing only this one cat occurrence? Because we don't have this G flag. So if you see here, now you can see we have this occurrence, right? So it is matching cat and sat. Why we are not matching mat and mat? Because we have this capital THE, small THE. I hope it's clear, right? So regular expressions are quite handy and useful, and it gets a little bit tricky when you're working on the back end, be it back end or front end, right? So it is quite helpful. If you spend just 2 or 3 hours trying to learn this thing, it will start making sense. And whenever you want to work with the validations or anything related to regular expression, things should start make sense now, right? And now, one last thing I want to explain. Okay, the one last thing is the behavior of this regular expression, right? And to let me check behavior of regex, right? To explore this, let's use this same example. The fat cat sat on the mat. Let's remove this, right? And now to explain this behavior, let's try to search at, right? And then after that, dot means any character, right? And after that, I'm just using star. So what it is doing is it is checking anything, right? Before this, any number of character is matching. Before this, any number of character it is trying to match star, right? Now, why we are seeing this? Why it is trying to capture, right? So as soon as, like, for example, any character, right? Any character means THE, it should match. F, it should match. And then after that, it should have A and T, and then it should stop here, right? But it is still trying to match because here we have this occurrence. Then it is trying to match. Then it is trying to match here as well till this point. After this, we don't have any mat, right? For example, just to show you, let's type pat sat. I don't know what I'm typing, but bat, right? And then after that, something which is not matching, right? So the behavior of regular expression is greedy, actually, right? So what do I mean by greedy? So greedy means it will try to match as much as possible, right? It will try to match as much as possible, and that is the behavior of this greedy regex. But sometimes you don't want that, right? And when you don't want that, what you can do is you can just simply put question mark here, right? And then these things are different. You have 9 matches, right? If you remove this, you have 3 matches only, right? These 3 matches are different only. One only. This one first, this one. Okay. Why you have 3? Let's remove this. Okay, now we have 1 match. Okay. It is trying to match the below ones as well. You see here we have this. Here we have this, right? Let's remove this to see only the match for the first occurrence to see that. I got a little bit confused, like why it is doing 3 matches. Okay. So sure enough, you can see it is only matching 1. Here you can see the proof, right? Now, what if I just do a question mark? So when I use question mark, right, here, what happens is it tells the regex, so don't be greedy, right? As soon as you find the first occurrence, just stop checking for further, right? As soon as you found the first occurrence, just stop, don't check for further, right? That is the meaning of this, right? And yeah, so this is what the behavior of the regular expression is, and how we can reverse it in certain cases, right? So it just simply put question mark, and then it will not search those things. It will stop the searches, or it will stop the matching the sentence as soon as it finds it finds the first occurrence. So this is what regular expression is. I hope I was able to explain you properly. I put it in a specific case just to make things better, right? And make it more understandable. I hope I was able to explain you things properly. If you don't understand on the first run, please check it once again. Please check this video 2-3 times. I hope these things will be much more clear to you, right? Now enough about regular expression. Let's talk about this platform, right? This platform is really cool. I found it yesterday, and why I showed you this platform. There are a couple of reasons. Like for example, if I am done with this regular expression, right? So what I can do is I can click on this code generator, right? And then, like for example, if I want to use it for JavaScript, I can just click JavaScript. I can just copy this code. It has this code. If I'm using PHP, I used to code in PHP. These days, unfortunately, I'm not coding in PHP, which is bad. So you can just copy this code here. From here, you can use C Sharp, Java. Java I'm using a lot these days. So you can just take example of it from here, and which is handy actually, right? Whenever you're done with this, your regular expression, you can just simply use that code generator tool, and then just copy that code and use it in your actual code. Now we check this match, we check this substitution. Let's quickly check this explanation, right? So when you have this regular expression, it explains how things are actually, right? So you can see here, it explains like how these things are, how things are matching, right? What things are matched actually. Those things are shown here, right? Basically all those matches. Then you have, obviously we have seen this. It has all these quick references, kind of quick cheat sheet, right? That you can use to create your regular expression. Then the awesome part here is you can write even test cases, right? So for example, let's do it this way. Like let's write a test case to find a, like it finds website, right? And your string is www.google.com, right? Now this reggae does match, right? So let's do www.google.com, right? This is matching. You have to escape these characters. Let's escape this. Your test case is passing, right? Let's be sure. It finds google.com, right? Now add another test case. Let's say it finds regexr.com, right? Then you have this key regexr.com, and it should match. It does match, but here you see that this test case is failing. Then in that case, you can simply replace it with A to Z and then make it plus, right? Now both test cases are passing. Now you add one more test case. It finds regex101.com, right? Now www.regex101.com, right? It should match, but it is not matching currently. So for that matter, you need to add 0 to 9, right? And then it is also matching, right? So basically this is the way you can write your code and like write some unit test to write regular expression, right? And now you see here, I can do the refactoring. The best part of writing test cases, I write test cases for everything, right? So the best part of writing test cases is you write the test, you made the simplest change in your code to make it pass, and then once all the things are passing, you have accomplished your whatever you wanted to do, right? Then you have test cases backing up, right? So you can refactor things easily. So how we can refactor this? So we can simply use this w, make it 3 times, right? If I remove it, test cases are failing. Let's remove it. Run test case, w, run test case. Why it is matching? Let's do it this way, no? Right now it is failing, right? So now what I'm saying is this google.com should match, actually capture this completely, right? So then in that case, this is actually a good example. Writing test doesn't mean your code is secure, right? Writing good test is important, right? And it gets better and better once you write things, right? Once you write unit tests, so it gets better and better, and then it comes after the experience, right? It's good. So then, what if how we can refactor this? We can use a to z plus again. If you want to only make sure that we will only capture three characters, then we can do this. And sure enough, we can see here whatever test cases we have, these test cases are passing, and then this regular expression we can use. And now I want to use it in my JavaScript code or PHP code. I can click on this regular expression code generator, and then I can go to, let's say, JavaScript. I can copy this code, and then bang, and I can use this inside my actual code. Go to PHP, I can use this break match, and then that's it. This is actually quite good. And even there is one thing, if I save this regular expression, right? So once I save it, right, so it generates this URL, unique URL. And actually this URL I can copy, and let me put it into the chat. Let me put it into the chat. You can access it actually, which is quite cool. So this is how regex this is how regex works. I hope I was able to explain you things properly. Please watch it one or two times if you don't understand something. This explanations has everything what you need in regular expressions. So yeah, I think that's it from for today. Uh, let me know in the comments how I'm doing. Actually, I've started this streaming, right, from quite few days. Let me know in the comments how I'm doing it. If anything wrong I'm doing, any suggestions, any ideas, it will help me. Yeah, and be sure to subscribe. So bye for now. See you in the next one.